Namaskar, a very hearty good morning, a warm welcome to the inaugural function of the seminar on environmental priorities of Viksit Bharat 2047.
Respected Professor Sivasatya, Dean School of Engineering and Technology, Pondicherry University. Respected Professor Abbasi, Emeritus Professor, Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering. Faculty colleagues, staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to welcome Professor K. Tarnikarasu, our esteemed Vice Chancellor in charge, to this function as a chief guest. Professor Tarnikarasu wears many hats with aplomb. He is an expert in polymer science at the Department of Chemistry. He is the Director of Studies, and in the last few months, he has also been steering the university in his role as the Vice Chancellor in charge. It's a pleasure to welcome our beloved Dean of School of Engineering and Technology, Professor Sivasatya. Professor Sivasatya is a computer engineer of great repute, having won several laurels for her contributions to the field of computer science and engineering. As our Dean, she has been unfailingly encouraging and helpful in all of our endeavors, for which we are very grateful. Welcome. It is my privilege to welcome the invited speakers and session chairpersons of this seminar, starting with my revered guru, Professor Sundamurthy from the Pondicherry Technological University, Sri Joseph Victor Raj, Director of Hope, Pondicherry, Dr. M. Natarajan, Head Center for Sustainability and Climate Studies of Pondicherry University, Professor Jafar Ali, Department of Green Energy Technology, our alumni and the dynamic member of Secretary of the Pondicherry Pollution Control Committee, Dr. N. Ramesh, and another alumni that I see here, Dinesh, welcome. It's my special privilege to also welcome my faculty colleagues, Professor Gajalakshmi, Dr. Senthil Kumar. And finally, last but certainly not the least, on behalf of the Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, I extend a hearty welcome to the students and participants of this seminar. Thank you very much for your presence here today, and welcome once again.
I now request our chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tarnikarasu, to light the ceremonial lamp. I request our respected Dean, Professor Sivasatya, and Professor Abbasi and Dr. Taslim Abbasi to join the lightning to Kuttu Velakku. I now request Professor Abbasi to honor the chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tarnikarasu.
Esteemed Professor Tarnikarasu, respected Dean Dr. Professor Sivasatya, Dr. Tasneem Abbasi, distinguished delegates, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen. The term environment and environmental pollution began to be heard sometime in the mid-1970s. Prior to mid-1970, the world was not at all concerned about pollution. Everybody talked of industries, growth, production. And then it began in the 60s in US, but third world, by and large, became conscious of environmental pollution during the mid-1970s. And by that time, there was no discipline like environmental science, no programs. Even environmental engineering, IIT Kanpur had started and nobody was there they couldn't fill the seats because everybody said this is a fancy term coming from US. We are not going to, a poor country like India is not going to worry about environmental engineering. That was the situation with which we began in the mid-1970s. And then, of course, JNU set up a School of Environmental Science and IIT Center for Environmental Science and Engineering, and by one after another universities started programs in environmental science, and it has become a standard discipline. So on education sector, we have tried to do justice to environment. Likewise, the government set up Ministry of Environment. India was one of the first to set up a ministry of environment. Pollution control boards were set, first the central one, then state one, and so on. The industries and everywhere that there's talk of we should protect environment. The terms like sustainable development, at that time it began development without destruction. Then came sustainable development. Then came many other catchphrases. Currently we talk of circular economy. But the whole idea behind all this is the same, that we should develop without creating pollution. But the magic portion of how to do it, we are yet to figure out, because the fact is, the ground truth is, that the extent of pollution of the world, I am not talking of India alone, the entire world, except exceptions here and there, the extent of pollution of the world has gone much faster than our ability to control it or do something about it. And which is why the environment, we could keep seeing the environment suffering, and we told each other environment is suffering, we must do something, it's suffering, we must do. But whatever we did was not, we didn't walk the talk, to be honest. Over a overall concept, overall perspective, we didn't walk the talk. There were some individuals who dedicated themselves, they were always like that. They were very good contributions, but by and large, as the world, not only India, as the world, third world, we hardly really did something for the environment. Well, that was fine till about 2010. Because till 2010, we heaped trouble, we heaped injustice on the environment, and our environment silently suffered. But then, as major change has occurred around 2010, and you know what the change is. The change is extreme events. Suddenly the environment has begun to hit back. It no longer is going to sit and take whatever we are dishing out. It is going to hit us back. And it is hitting us back very suddenly and at the scale that we had never imagined. We had a Kedarnath deluge, and we thought it is one in a century, something has happened. But very next year we had another deluge, then another deluge. The entire structure of unplanned growth on the hills keeps thrown down by the nature with the floods and deluges every year, and we keep redoing the vikas, and then we keep getting the vinash. Now, at this point of time, this has brought us to this 2024, and now we are having a vision of being the world leader and develop the economy by 2047, which is also the dream of most of the countries. It's not only us. Every country wants to become an economic superpower and rule the world. How will it get balanced by appeasing? How will it be balanced by the nature's fury? How are we going to keep the nature appeased and yet develop? Well, that is the big challenge. That's the huge monumental challenge, and this seminar is a small attempt to initiate a dialogue on that, to discuss this, and also to give a message to the youngsters especially, because 2047 many of us won't be there, or even if we are there we won't be active. But you people will be there at the peak of your existence, and you have to face 2047 squarely. So I dedicate this seminar to the generation that is now there, because you have to lead us to a safe and secure, environmentally eco-secure Viksit Bharat 2047. This is the theme of the seminar. Thank you very much.
I now invite Professor Sivasatya, the Dean of School of Engineering and Technology, to empower us with the felicitation message.
Respected Vice Chancellor Sir, respected Professor Emeritus Professor Abbasi, Head of the Department, Professor Tasneem, my dear faculty colleagues from Pollution Control and other departments, and dignitaries from outside the university, and my dear student friends, a very good morning to one and all present here. So it's my great pleasure and privilege to be part of this inaugural event of this environmental priorities on Viksit Bharat. So as you all know that of late there has been a great cry over this Viksit Bharat 2047. And many of them even did not know the meaning of what is Viksit Bharat. So Viksit Bharat is nothing but a developed country because it's a Hindi word, and probably down south people may not know what is that Viksit, what are they selling, because Viksit means like Vikkar. So people would have thought that it is like something they are selling. So it's actually a developed nation. So what is that? What is the dream of the government in 2047? So already we were being reading of our Abdul Kalam ji was dreaming, he had a dream 2022 and so now 2047. So what is the dream actually? So it is the, how do we wish to see India as a developed nation? As Professor was telling that this kind of pollution and environmental awareness came only in the late 70s. Yeah, of course it's true, because when we see that the concept of use and throw, it was not developed in India basically, right? We used to use the same thing over and over and over again till it rots. So it was only the Westerners who developed this concept of use and throw, and that is where the concept of pollution and all the junk they had evocated to our countries, and that is how it all happened. So even if one person throw one straw, after all it's only one straw, but imagine the billions of people who throw that many number of straws, which automatically leads to pollution. So that is the major thing that we have to think about. So how much ever the government is emphasizing on environmental awareness or solid waste management, pollution control, all these things are just going to be catch terms, but only when it comes to individual self-discipline. So how are we going to be disciplined and how are we going to manage the show? Because Mother Earth is already crying with a huge load that we are imposing on her, and so as Professor was telling that she has given the feedback in terms of this deluges and storms, and we see that it's an erratic weather these days. It's so hot, it's always summer, it's no winter, no autumn, nothing like that. So we can see that how much it is painful for us, and in turn it is for the thing. So we are actually borrowing what we are supposed to give to our future generation. So that is where we should rise up, and we should see to that we are trying to do our best in whatever possible way we can. So that is why we have come up with this environmental education. So the new national education policy, the government emphasizes on everybody should study one course in environmental science. So that is a start. So better than doing nothing, something is better, isn't it? So that is what the government is emphasizing. So with this, I think like the courses, the lectures, the workshops that are happening here. So I think Professor has taken a very good initiative to create an awareness among the youth for what are the priorities, what is that we should do first, how are we going to regularize all these things, because it's not possible by the government to do everything, it's each of us who has to do it. So I came across a very good quote, like if you don't need something, refuse it. So I was just thinking I should refuse my memento, but the thing is that they should not mistake me.
It's made of recycling material.
That's what. If you really don't need it, don't take it. Just refuse it.
It's made of paper.
So whatever. I don't need it immediately. Refuse it. Or if you are not able to refuse it, use it to the maximum. Then reuse it. If you are then further to that, recycle it. And even if you are not able to do all these things, allow it to rot till the end. So that is a very good thing that I came across. So with due respect and acknowledgement, I wish that it could be reused for another guest who comes here and who is in need of it. So kindly don't mistake me. So whatever we preach, it should be practiced. I believe in that. So charity begins at home, or whatever it is. So it should begin at home, and this is our home. Pondicherry University is our home because it gives you the bread and butter. So we have to start all our preachings, all our good things, the environmental priorities, what we are going to do to the nation, everything should begin from our Pondicherry University. So I wish the Pollution Control, Center for Pollution Control, a very good success for this round of lectures that you have, because they have invited eminent speakers from varying disciplines, and they have arranged this program. I congratulate them and wish them all the best, and I wish that the Center for Pollution Control will be an asset to the Pondicherry University in terms of water recycling or rainwater harvesting or environmental change or sustainability. For all these things, I wish to see them as a forerunner for all the other states, for Pondicherry as well as other states. So, wish you all the best. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, before I invite our chief guest, ஒரு சில தமிழ் கவிதைகளை நம்ம வைஸ் சான்சலருக்காக நான் அர்ப்பணிக்க விரும்புகிறேன். மனிதன் என்பவன் தெய்வமாகலாம், வாரி வாரி வழங்கும் போது வள்ளலாகலாம், வாழை போல தன்னை தந்து தியாகியாகலாம், குணம் மனம் இது கோவிலாக. இந்த வரிகளுக்கு ஏற்றார் போல இந்த வார்த்தைகளுக்கு உரியவராக வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கும். Let's invite it's my honor to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tarani Garasu, to enrich us with the inaugural address.
Thank you, madam, for your nice introduction. I don't know what I am giving to others, I don't know, but anyway, she feels in that way. So, filling of stakeholders is very important. As a head of the institution, I take it as a pride, and then I take it as a honor in that way. And respected Dean, Professor Sivasatya, and Professor Abbasi, head of the department, Professor Dr. Tasneem Abbasi, and all the faculty members, deans, professors, and students. So, very good morning, everyone. So, the moment Professor Abbasi contacted me for this seminar on environmental priorities on Viksit Bharat, I was really happy. The reason is, so as he mentioned in his introductory remarks, environment was not the subject, is not the very high priority in before 70s. Nobody was talking about this, because that time India was a poor country looking to hire to lead the country, and we were only worrying about the development, not only in India but other countries also. In before, if you see the carbon footprint also, before 1920s, our earth was very safe environmentally. Now, whatever the carbon dioxide produced by the animals, it was consumed by the plants. So that cycle was very nicely in the equilibrium. But after this industrial revolution, that carbon dioxide evolution by the industries, and then our fuels, the coal as well petrol, it increased. It is not only increased, it increased in the areas where the human life is exist, in roads and as well as in the streets. So whatever the pollution it created, it is different from the carbon dioxide from our animals as well as humans. So this is the way it started the polluting the earth, and now you see this, as Professor mentioned, the pollution is very fast compared to pollution control. This is the state today, and I don't know whether I mentioned this. In 2014 or 2013, the World Health Organization mentioned that the diesel engine exhaust is the carcinogenic. But it has been more than around 10 years, but still we are not able to ban the diesel engine. That means last 10 years, whatever the cancer it produced, we are still exist with this. We are still, we don't know, they don't know really what is the cause of this cancer. but still the lung cancer especially. But still, it is side by side. It is we are using this. We are traveling in the bus where diesel engine is there, and side by side we are also suffering. So the reason is we are not able to stop it. Even recently, Pondicherry government banned the vehicles in the government offices where diesel engine is used. The old, for more than 15 years old, the vehicles is banned. So you could have seen this in front of the admin building also. 2 vans and 1 bus is standing. It is good, but still we cannot use because it is more than 15 years old. But that too, they banned only government vehicles, not the private vehicles. So that doesn't mean that private vehicle is not polluting, only government vehicles is polluting. So the reason is we are not able to implement it. We know that coal is the major polluter of the country, but still we cannot stop using the electricity. Correct? So we cannot live without the electricity. So simultaneously we are polluting as well as enjoying. This we have reached this stage now. So the environment and the pollution are very major concern now. Earlier, without disturbing the environment and without disturbing the ecosystem, our ancestors know the culture, how to live this. But in the name of vikas, in the name of development, we started polluting without understanding this. And as Professor already mentioned, earlier it could be able to accept the whatever the disturbance we created. Now it started reacting it, no other way. If you see the carbon dioxide, whatever we generate, you could see inside the sea as the deposits now. Huge millions of tons of carbon dioxide deposits we can see now. What we are going to see this? What we are going to do this? We don't know. And if you see even the nuclear fuel, we have used more than 99% is waste. We have heavy amount of plutonium, radioactive plutonium, which is under this earth. What we are going to do? The earth off-life, the plutonium off-life period is more than 248 years. What we are going to do this? Another 248 years, we can't handle this. We can't destroy it also. So this is the state, we have reached this stage. We have reached this stage that we don't worry about the earth. We don't worry about something that is the invisible, the destroy, whatever we are doing, nobody worries. Suppose if we go in the street, some simple waste material is there, then we are taking very seriously and we are taking it very seriously, and then we discuss also this. But the invisible, the generation of electricity, how it affects the pollution, how it affects our environment. We don't generally, policymakers knows about this. But the people, if you are really concerned about the pollution, we should say we don't want, really if you go to street, we say we don't want electricity which is coming from coal. Are we ready to do this? We can't do, because we cannot live without electricity. Correct? So this is the real truth. We are not ready. We are not accepting the truth also. So people don't understand this. That's why policy makers also, they are not ready to implement whichever is good for the country, good for the earth. That is why now you must be knowing COP26, COP27, like this is going on. But still, whether it is implementable, that's why India also, I think, if I am not wrong, signed by 2070, we are going to have the zero emission. So 2070, what is going to happen before this also we don't know. The kind of the reaction we are getting from earth, I don't know what are the natural calamities we are going to face. 2004 tsunami we have seen. When is going to have another tsunami also, we don't know. How we are, the beauty of this science is, how much we are damaging earth, how much we are damaging environment, how much we are damaging the ecosystem, maybe experts understand, but not the public. Public is on in the name of comfort nuts, we are going on using it. Even the students I see, they switch on AC and leave the class. How much electricity we have to waste? Electricity wasting also okay. By getting this electricity, how much coal we are burning there somewhere? We don't have this concern. We are not a responsible citizen. This we have to accept. We are not responsible citizen. We are not worrying about really the India. We worry about only our growth. This is a hard truth. We have to accept this. So in this, I can keep on talk on this subject because this is one of my favorite subjects, where we can visibly see how our society is destroying ourselves in many ways. We are all blessed to have the comfortness, blessed to have the higher studies, the percentage of higher studies, that is masters, PhD is very less in India. We are all blessed to have this. We have to think on those lines. How best, we should not think like the ordinary people. We have to think how best we can contribute to the society, and especially environmental science is pollution. These are all very apt subject for not only India, for whole world. So at least you have to propagate this. So because of this only, this I think the environmental priorities is I think Professor Abbas has also taken, as he is an environmental specialist. And regarding the Viksit Bharat, so this is I feel this is a very good scheme. It should actually, we should convert into the people's movement, like the independence movement, like the even Dravidian movement in this area, and like this, it is a very good movement. It should be a people's movement, like in French Revolution, and then in Italy, Italian Renaissance. Like this is the movement we have to have, because the mindset of the people should change. Forget about which government says, whether it is correct or that. Forget about this, whether it is for the what is the basic reason, all those things. But here the importance of this is the mindset change. So many of us do not still understand what are the habits, what are the thought process we have heredited by our colonial rules. The colonial rule inherited many of the slavery thoughts. This slavery thoughts only now we have to throw it out from our mind. This you can go and think also. So always we think that somebody should come and order us. This is very good example for our slavery thought. Why not we start the good things and do this? We generally it has gone into our gene. More than 400-500 years of the Mughalai and then the British rule. It has gone into our gene that somebody should decide, somebody should initiate. Even we are 1.4 billion population, but when you take the 7 or 8 billion population, our population is very high. We don't still think that we are major population. Indian race is the major population. We should rule the world. We still don't feel in that way. The reason is that slavery thought. How we have to come out from the colonial thought process. Somebody will decide on somewhere, and so something I feel this is correct, I will follow this. Something I feel that this is correct, I will I will do this. This immediate change of mind we don't have. So this is the outcome of also, like somebody I will join to some company and let them give the salary, I will live comfortably. So this is another way. You can go on add to this. If you find out what are these colonial thoughts we have, then you can understand what is real the free man of real Indian citizen. How the colonial thoughts still it is ruling us. So this is very important for India now. We have to change ourselves. We are all free people. We have to think about the 1947 independence. The reason is how much we struggled so that we can come out from this. But we are still thinking about this, and then still we are in the same understanding that we are being ruled by something that colonial thought. So why this is very important means, if you see the Viksit Bharat at 2047, the introduction, if you go and see the introduction about this in the home page, they have given very nice introduction about this. How in the Second World War, how Japan was ruined by this atomic bomb. But within short span of time, as a Japanese, you can say revolution, they made it, we have to rule the country, even if not politically, by bringing novelty, bringing the new technologies, and by business, how we can rule the country, rule the world. They have really worked hard. And this is the good example, how this again mindset. If you visit, I was there for 2 years. If you visit there, if you compare to their IQ and our IQ, they are far, far less. Our IQ is far, far better. But the reason is we don't feel like we are intelligent. But they feel that we have to rule. That is the mindset. Even if you go to Korea also, the Korean War in 1953, the North Korea and South Korea War in 1953, completely the two nations were destroyed because of this Korean War. They don't have in 1953, they don't have even how to prepare iron from the iron ore. They went to US and they asked for the technology. US refused to give. But they made they themselves somehow made it, and without iron, the automobiles you cannot do. So they made this iron, and then now Hyundai is one of the successful car maker. They export to the world. How it is possible? Because of this understanding. They think that we can do it. This mindset. In 1953, the whole country was destroyed, so they decided to green the whole country, and they greened it, and if whatever you see today trees, there is not natural trees, it is man-made trees. So this is the resolution. As a country, we have to have the mindset. Once we think that we can do it, and we can really do it. That mindset only the main issue of this Viksit Bharat. We have to think, we have to decide, you have to tell your friends also, yes, we can do it. If you have this courage, if you have the determination, definitely we'll change ourselves, we'll come out of this colonial thought, that is the real master. You become a king of this real, always say, in democracy you are the king. But the real king, we are not able to do it because we still feel that the 1.4 population will still that we were ruled by somebody. Now it is being ruled by somebody, and whatever the order they give, we will do it. This mindset is the main obstacle for our. Otherwise, we have everything we have. If you see even in the software industry, all the laborers are Indians. But the managers, the owners are Westerners. We are ready to work, but we don't ready to start the business. So that's why now startup is picking up. Then these are the initiative. So we have to take this positively, and we have to propagate ourselves. And when we think about Viksit Bharat at 2047, what are the things we have to have it 2047? How the world should be? We were in ancient days. India is the country where we have many cultures, many habits, which is good for the whole globe. Same thing we have to adopt. What is the green energy we can, how we cannot spoil this, how we can reduce this pollution. So in this way also we have to be the example for other countries. So how our country should be, that is the motive of this Viksit Bharat 2047. At this juncture, the Department of Pollution Control, they have proposed the environmental priorities. This is, as I told you, without safeguarding environment, so whatever the growth is not going to be really fruitful. By killing our own fellows simultaneously, if I become a rich, that is of no use. By killing our grandchildren, and if I want to be the I want to lead the comfort life, that is not the India we want to have. So how this sustainable development we can do, that is the main motive of this Viksit Bharat 2047. And I am very happy that in this Viksit Bharat 2047, what are the environmental priorities? At 2047, the experts are here to discuss about this. Definitely it will be very useful talk, and if possible, please make this report and send it to government as well as Pondicherry as well as central government. Definitely they will take it as a very right move, because you all do not know how the outside Pondicherry University, they are viewing us as a very important institution. Whenever any government is starting any initiative, they call for the Vice Chancellor meet. Let us discuss how your university can contribute to this new program. So that is the way they take it, our university, very seriously. So whatever you discuss here, I request the organizers to take a report and send it to the ministry and send it to the government. Definitely these environmental priorities, they will definitely take it seriously and view it also seriously. So I once again thank and congratulate the Center for Pollution Control, and thank you everyone for inviting me, and I really thank again for the organizers for this program, arranging this program. Thank you all.